right, man, let's talk about the Detroit Pistons. Appreciate everybody for tapping in, thumbing up the video. Excuse me, sharing the video, subscribing to the channel. So apparently Jaden, Ivey dad was on Twitter. You know how they do today. This has been one of the more influential generations, you know, especially with social media, you know, and I'm gonna say this, just it isn't different. I mean, take it how you want to take it. I don't look at it as a diss, but it's so influential, social media, that the older generations say, well, I never done that in my day, or I never self-snitch on myself in that day. They're misusing, and they know better, social media. You know what I'm saying? I hate the whole posting and deleting stuff, unless, you know, you got a boss or you got to delete it because it violated community. But if you post something, stand on it. You know, especially if you're an older person, stand on it. Don't post it and delete it, because it's going to be there forever. All right? So, you know, you see these old guys get on these platforms and start snitching on themselves, and these old women start gossiping and telling them about how many bodies and who they, to me, if you 30 and above, I'll be nice. If you 35 and above and you still misusing social media, bruh, you shouldn't be giving advice on anything. You shouldn't be a teacher. You shouldn't be giving life advice to your children or nothing like that. So at the end of the day, he know what he doing. And I ain't saying he right nor wrong for what he doing, but you post, you know, the smartest man strikes in the room again. Talk about Monty Williams last night versus Utah, or by the time y'all see this, I don't know, I might post it Wednesday. How about that? Posted Thursday, excuse me, Wednesday night, you know, and then he liked the tweet that said that you know, why is Isaiah Liver still in the game? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, you ain't making nothing no better. You know, they more likely to get rid of your son than get rid of Monty Williams. Now, you got some publications that's going to defend the Pistons, no right or wrong. They lost an OT last night. Seen a highlight. Shout out to Jalen Dern for banging on Walker Kessler, because, you know, that's been Benjamin Foe over Jalen Dern. So Jalen Dern heard all that bullshit that Benjamin Foe was talking about Walker Kessler and all that. So he had that Ball Johnson his ass. But nonetheless, dog, pause. But nonetheless, you know, I really ain't a fan of that, bro. I ain't saying that I'm right and he wrong. I just think, you know, if you trying to force your way out and this is what you got to do, so be it. But they more likely, this is where I left off in my head, they more likely to get rid of Ivey before they more likely to get rid of Monty Williams. Monty Williams is making more money than every player on the roster. You know? And at the end of the day, he under a microscope. He been through a lot. This time of year never makes it easy. I'm making excuses. You know, it never makes it easy. Especially when you have people that go through sickness, people that have passed through this time, or just, it's supposed to be a time of togetherness. It's supposed to be a time when it get cold, and these holiday Christmas commercials and these family commercials come on. It make people go into a depression. I guarantee you, you know, a certain rate is very high around this time, no matter when you lost your love, especially if you lost people that you love and care about around this time. So, you know, at the end of the day, he probably wanted to take time off, focus, but you couldn't, like he said, he couldn't leave that money on the table. And right now, you know, this may be subconsciously he doing this. His all might not be in the game right now. Now, humans love to come up with theories, especially when they can't really understand the situation, or you don't have complete transparency on the situation, which we don't. We're on the outside looking in. But they probably love to say, well, he probably trying to, you know, get fired so he can keep the bag. You know, hey, so be it. You know, somebody offer you $78 million with the potential to make $100 million. Who am I to turn that down? And if I get fired, it's fully guaranteed. So be it. You know, and, you know, with the father saying the smartest guy in the room, you know, strikes again, I think everybody in the city see that he's the problem. So when it comes to Tom Gore's picking coaches, he ain't shit. Whether it's Jeff Van Gundy, Dwayne Casey, whether it was Tom Gore's, his track record for picking coaches, it's not good. You know what I'm saying? You know, his track record for picking GMs is not good, which I can't really give, you know, Troy Weaver a fair assessment because, you know, he ain't really been able to do what he want to do. But you know, you go around the city, you talk to people, nobody like what Monty Williams doing right now. I mean, nobody outside of the city or outside of Detroit Piston Nation like what he doing with the rotations. You know, people complain about Livers, people complain about Ivey, Ivey not being in there. And like I continue to say, bro, you know, they need subtractions more than additions right now. And subtractions, if that means cleaning the front office, cleaning the coaching staff, you know, if that means, you know, and like I said on the court, they need subtractions more than additions. They need to get rid of Killian Hayes. They need to get rid of Isaiah Stewart. They need to dump Marvin Bagley. And I was laughing when I said it when they got, you know, so get rid of him. Why you go get James Wiseman? They need to dump all this dead weight they got. They got too much dead weight. Too much dead weight getting into in the ways of other guys that's playing. And at the end of the day, you know, what Monty envisioned with this roster, he ain't winning games. They started to get competitive when they put Ivey in the lineup. But with these old dudes, they stubborn. They ornery, they stubborn, they want to do it that way. I just ain't a fan of making a toxic situation a more toxic situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just ain't no point in saying nothing. You just making it worse on your son. You just making it worse on the team. You adding, you know, when you winning, everybody, you know, happy. But when you losing, that's what shows and build real character. So, I mean, you really don't see people in Cade, the brother leaking shit out, saying nothing. And he should be his family should be the main person to leak anything out. They wearing this motherfucker ass out. Like he in cell block D. Pause. They wearing homie out. He deserve a break. He deserve a break. They wearing that ass out. So at the end of the day, man, it's just to the point where if I'm him, I'll just be like, man, ain't no point in going on social media, scraping the Pistons off my stuff, getting mad. You supposed to show your son how to handle stuff like a man handle it, like a true gentleman handle. You just go in there, you do your job. If you feel like the situation is being too toxic, you ask to be removed. And then if they don't want to move you at your own will and shit not getting better or promises being broken, then, and this is why I justify this at, then maybe you start taking these precautions and then you start doing it this way. But, you know, when you only been in the league less than 2 years, you don't have real leverage. So, but hey, check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit the Detroit Pistons Talk playlist for more videos like this. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.